Phil Jackson or Jeff Van Gundy to coach the Thunder in Oklahoma City? Sam Presti has one word for us. I'm Barry Tramel, along with Thunder writer Darnell Mayberry. We're here at the Thunder practice facility. We're on Sunday. Sam Presti gave his season-ending interview, and during the press conference, he was asked about the possibility of Van Gundy or Phil Jackson coaching the Thunder if the negotiations with Scott Brooks falls through. What was his word?
Rubbish. He said that the rumors are rubbish, and he just left it at that. I think that pretty much said it all, that Scott Brooks is the team's guy, and they're going to bring him back one way or another. All the rumors that you're hearing about Jeff Van Gundy or Phil Jackson, as Sam Presti said, it's rubbish, and I wouldn't read much into it.
Well, lots of talk about the contract extensions and keeping this team together and moving forward and trying to get a championship to Oklahoma City. What did you take out of Sam Presti's season-ending comments?
I think his comments sort of mirrored those of the players, and he wants everyone to really turn the page and move on. What they accomplished this year was a great season, although they came a little bit short of the ultimate goal. They want to move on and not really sort of dwell on the success that they had this year and come back next year focused and sort of renewed and start over. They want to build from the ground up. He talked about having big dreams, but working small and doing the little things. And I think that's sort of his overall message to the players and really to the community, that they haven't really accomplished their goals and they're still taking it step by step.
Well, Sam Presti, of course, has a very busy next couple of weeks. The draft is just a few days away. And then after that is July 1st, and you can start negotiating free agents and contract extensions for certain players. So very busy time for Sam Presti.
Yeah, he's got a lot on his plate right now. Scott Brooks, contracts for James Harden, Serge Ibaka, Eric Maynor, the draft, as you mentioned, and free agency. I mean, just because they have some guys that they are trying to bring back, who knows what's going to happen out there with other players, so you can't lose sight of that. And then Summer League, he's got to monitor. He's got some players, and Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden playing in USA basketball this summer. So it's going to be a really busy offseason for the Thunder this year, and Sam Presti has a lot of decisions to make that, that's why he gets paid the big bucks, I guess.
Well, here's some of what Sam Presti had to say on Sunday.
I think that what we've shown is, what we're capable of. I think we can play at an incredibly high level. That's a credit to our coaches and our players. We have to capture that level and be able to, make that a standard of performance that we maintain. We're not going to be able to maintain that every game, every minute. That's why I feel like part of the evolution of our team is going to continue to be in the areas of concentration, communication, and consistency of that standard of performance. Well, I'll be the first to say that we've had some pretty good fortune. We're not ashamed to point to that quickly. Whether it's having the opportunity to draft Kevin Durant, who not only happens to be a fantastic player, but also a fantastic person who personifies the values that you want your organization to embody, or a player like Russell Westbrook, whom we all thought will be a good player, but none of us anticipated the kind of ascent that he's experienced. I could go down the list. I'd also add, Barry, we've had some good fortune. We've had some good fortune coming to Oklahoma City. I mean, I'm not sure this happens if we don't come here. This organization has to be thinking about how we do things and not pointing to what we want to do. It's what served us well in the past. I think it's important for us to understand that every year is unique, and that the year we had was fantastic, but we need to turn the page. We need to take a builder's mentality to next season and understand that the only thing that we're entitled to is the same number of days to improve as every other team in the NBA.
And so now we count down to the draft, which is Thursday night. The Thunder does not pick until 28th, barring a trade. Darnell, what do you expect the Thunder to look at?
I expect them to take a hard look at a player. This is a pretty strong draft. I mean, a lot of people normally say drafts are weak, but this draft it's top heavy, top 14 picks. The lottery or so is you can get some really good value, but I think there's going to be some sleepers down there for the Thunder picking at 28. And if they are able to get one of those guys, it's a chance to add some cheap labor, which is very important for this team right now with contracts to Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook going out. Russell Westbrook's kicks in next year. So if they can add some cheap labor through the draft, I think that's going to help them be able to sustain the success and the continuity of the roster that we always hear about. So I think this is going to be a good opportunity to add some talent.
Well, we will have it for you here on News OK in the Oklahoman. Also, all the contract negotiations we expect to see in the next few weeks. Stay tuned here for all your further Thunder coverage on News OK and every day in the Oklahoman.